Hey guys, what's going on dudes? It is David here and we are back with another video. Now in this video guys, we're going to be reviewing the Busch class at Daytona that just finished up a couple minutes ago. Congratulations to the winner, Erik Jones. Yes, I know I just spoiled for everybody that did not see the Busch class, but if you didn't, you need to because this Busch class was absolutely amazing. Only 6 cars out of 18 finished the race. Denny Hamlin finished 6th place, and Denny Hamlin was a lap down. And if Denny Hamlin actually wasn't a lap down, Denny Hamlin would have finished 2nd in the race. But let's start at the beginning and how everybody got out of the race. So at the start of the race, it was just basically just two things happening. We had alliances. We had Ford and Toyota working together, and then we had the Chevys working together. Now, when it came to the mandatory caution that NASCAR said it was lap 25, the Fords and Toyotas actually pit before then. Erik Jones on that pit stop missed his pit box and he had to go to the back. And now, I just want to say this, guys. If you see Erik Jones' car, you were just like, how is that car still running? Because that man probably had the most damaged car out of the 6 finishers that finished that race. But yeah, after the mandatory caution, it was basically just back to the same. The Fords and Toyotas working together. The Chevys started working together. I really don't know what the Chevys were thinking this whole time. But it looked like it was going to eventually work out. But unfortunately, then it all started to go downhill. I think it was about, 15 laps left to go, or about 9 laps left to go. It was somewhere towards like that around area of the race. Kyle Busch and Joey Logano eventually got into it with each other. Now, if you guys take a look at the replay, at first I thought it was really Logano's fault, but then you can see Kyle Busch was being aggressive, and everybody should know Kyle Busch is an aggressive driver. That's just how he is. If Kyle Busch sees opportunity, Kyle Busch would take the opportunity. And Kyle Busch went to go to the outside, Logano blocked, then he slowly started to go for the inside. Logano slowly came over on Kyle Busch, and then he came down on Kyle Busch, and then Kyle Busch tried to overcorrect it, crashed into Keselowski. Both Busch and Keselowski were out of this race. And unfortunate, because if I did a prediction for this Busch class, Kyle Busch would have been one of my predictions for this race. So yeah, when it came to the next restart, there was actually a 8-car wreck on the restart, which is absolutely incredible. An 8-car wreck on the restart. You don't really see an 8-car wreck on a restart. But this wreck was just weird to say the least of it. It was just weird. It all started with William Byron and Ryan Newman spinning their tires on the restart. Now, if you guys have looked at the replay, you can definitely tell they were spinning their tires. So hold on. And on that restart, it was just William Byron. He said in his interview after he wrecked out and he was out of the race that he just gunned it, and then he saw Ryan Newman spin the tires, and that just caused a 8-car pileup, which took out the likes of Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson. Wait, no. Sorry. This is after. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. This took out the lights of Kevin Harvick. Wait, it didn't take out Kevin Harvick. What am I saying? Okay, my mistake, guys. I got this wrong again. I need to get my facts right. So don't worry. When it comes to review for Daytona 500, I'll have my facts right. So this wreck took out the likes of Truex Jr., William Byron, and Alex Bowman, who ended up finishing 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th, with Keselowski and Kyle Busch already out of the race after that Joey Logano situation. So then we have another restart with, it was an overtime after this. So yeah, it was really towards the end of the race. The Kyle Busch wreck did happen with 9 laps left to go, so I know that for sure. And then the wreck happened, and then we got into overtime eventually. And then we had another huge wreck in overtime that took out most of these competitors. Hamlin cut a tire in front of the field, and eventually his car just turned in the left direction and took a whole bunch of guys out. It took out guys like It took out big guys. It took out guys like Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick. Guys that you would think would be the favorite to win the Busch class. Ryan Blaney too. But then we had another wreck in overtime again. And this time it was Chase Elliott trying to get past Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson coming down on him. Basically the same situation with Kyle Busch and Joey Logano. Chase Elliott ended up not finishing this race, even though Chase Elliott, on that restart, had the cleanest car out of anyone. And so on the final restart, eventually it came down to just 5 cars battling for the win. Erik Jones was able to get a push from his teammate after Ryan Newman took the lead from Austin Dillon. And Erik Jones just never looked back. And towards the finish, Erik Jones looked like, if Denny Hamlin was on that lead lap, I feel like Denny Hamlin could actually beat Erik Jones because that car was beat up. And when I mean beat up, that car was messed up. If you guys have seen that car, you would just be like, yeah, I wish Denny Hamlin was on that lead lap. I don't really know why NASCAR didn't just put him on the lead lap. It would have made it much more exciting because you had 2 Joe Gibbs teammates battling it out for the Busch class win. But instead, you have a Joe Gibbs teammate pushing another Joe Gibbs guy to a win. So Joe Gibbs wins at Daytona. And next week, I say Joe Gibbs has a very good shot winning Daytona. Speaking about Daytona 500, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is on the pole. Alex Bowman started second. The duels will be on Thursday, so I'll definitely have a review for both duels on Thursday evening. Probably going to be very, very late. But when it came to this race, I didn't even think the Busch class was going to be that much. But the Busch class turned out to be absolutely fantastic. It's just to say that this year is going to be a very great year for NASCAR. Considering last year's Busch class was kind of really boring, and then you see this Busch class, especially when it came down to the last 10 laps, and you see all the wreck that happens, and to see 6 cars only finish the race, you know that race was crazy and I feel like Daytona 500 is going to be worse than this. Remember, this race had 18 cars, 6 finished, 5 cars finished on the lead lap. Daytona 500 has 43 cars. How many of them are going to finish on the lead lap? You had guys that were favorites to win this race out with before even 5 laps to go. You had Kyle Busch, Keselowski out, and then you had guys like Truex, Bowman, Byron out in the next wreck, and then you had big guys like Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, all get taken out, and then you look at the top 5 finishers. The top 5 finishers, guys, it's drivers you just wouldn't expect. Erik Jones wins this race, like I said before. Austin Dillon finishes second. Clint Bowyer, all right, I'll give it up to Clint Bowyer. Clint Bowyer is the driver you expect to be up there. Kyle Larson, Ryan Newman, and Denny Hamlin finish in the top 6. But the first 2 names I said in there, Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon, everybody would expect when this race came in that Austin Dillon would be one of the guys that finished this race. He finishes second, and if it wasn't for Denny Hamlin being able to finish that race, Austin Dillon would have won this race. Austin Dillon would have won the Busch class, and we would have gone next week and be like, can Austin Dillon go back to back and win the Daytona 500? I mean, the likelihood was no. But in just general, this Busch class race was just a fantastic race, and I'm very excited for the duels, because if the duels are anything like this, and then the Daytona 500 is anything like this, NASCAR's gonna have good speed weeks. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please just smash the like button. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.